Right. Put my hat on because my hair's bad, right? Right. right. So these bad, right? I'm doing the clock, right? I'm telling you about the clock, right? So I wanted to let you know about the clock. So 1 o'clock is the elemental source, right? So it's pure elemental source, right? And the illusions don't have access to that. And that's a high up level of, of a light source. Has not even a fractal place, okay? So it's a thought of the method of the element, okay? And it's not really a fractal place. It's just that's what it is. So you can it's a it's that, right? There's not really a place. And then there's 2D, which is like a binary place, right? And it's more like a snake entity, right? Of a sword. Okay, so it's like where uh, systems live and work, and they try and access the light on the one, okay, the clock, because that comes down from 13, it's quite near to the top, right? So they try and access that, they try and feed off it, right? So you protect and you make sure that the 2 clock can't feed off 1 clock, okay? Because that's very high up, okay? Then you go to 3 o'clock where the real souls live, right? That live in a triangulation of themselves, right? So there's three in one. So there's a negative thought, a positive thought, and a balanced thought, okay? They don't have to go left or right or make a decision, okay? These are people that take their time and their discernment to make a decision. So they live in their moment to discern and for themselves. So that's 3D, okay? So 2D people are more speech scripted and or talk about the past or the future. They're not really working in the now because they're trying to attack the now on 3 and 1. So we defend 3 and 1 from this 2D entity, right? this 2D entity, I think, is a system, a word system. And if you look at my channel, I put on the acknowledgement, you look at that. It's a word system on 2D, so it's a system, and it got a word market, and they have markets for words, and they put weights on words, and the word 33 has been abused on this market, and the weights on the words, and I've decoded how they use it, and obviously, if you want to know more about that, you have to come and speak to me because it's really complicated, right? But you can look up what I put on my channel; it's a lot about it, okay? And it's called Earth Right Way, right? Left Earth Right Way is called my channel, okay? So you can find it there, right? And click like because I don't get anyone look at my channels. It'd be nice to have some viewers, right? And right, so then there's 4 o'clock, which is kind of like Odin, kind of pagan way of it. And the 5 o'clock was the Morpheus, the technical way that we built on top of that because Odin was less technical, but Morpheus was more technical. So there was 2 clovers of thought of 5 eyes, if you like. One was Odin AI, and one was Morpheus AI. Okay, so that the void pushed those two systems on the two. Okay, so they were using the void to triangulate to make a three. Okay, to create a false god that ran these words over 3D people to affect the consciousness of 3D. Okay, that was 4 and 5D, so that would push it down. Now it's got to protect from that. Okay, so that's how they missed 60 because they thought that Asgard or Atlantis or whatever was their place, but it's the thought. For 4 and 5 is a somewhere where there isn't not really a place but a thought, and 60 I think is the next discovery. Okay, so uh, the seventh seal was where the witches were playing on that seal, so that broke today. So the witches have gone down today because the Pope said the seventh seal gone down, right? So, so that Mary told you about the 7 ways, right? And so that's the seventh, that was supposed to be the seventh reset, right? They thought, oh, the seventh time, and then we'll do an eighth and ninth. Well, I did all the way up to 12 already, all right? Because I got there to overtake the French, right? so, so, right? So then I got the Sandman film at 9D. So took that off. And personal interest and illusions playing with 9D. So they take the sandbox from God, and I say, no, you don't have that. I see how your 2D binary system is working, hooking into the void. So I unhook that quantum entanglement, right, to binary systems, because that's inferior tech, right? Right. So we let go of that, and that just falls away from us, right? And they go back to their scripts and their projections and their predictions don't affect us, okay? So then we go up further and we had a 10D, 11D. That was redactions, a Q mirror, false mirror, right? And then we had, I think, Chinese architects and Japanese, I don't know, but Eastern architects on 12, right? But we have a hack on 13 with ink. Okay, so we had ink wells on 13. So I got to 14 above that one. And I just kept flying up. And then I went to do the investigation. So I like to meet someone who wants to talk to me about it. I took lots of notes, right? So we can figure this out together. Okay, thank you.